Chillin' with cash and cars, but somewhere lost my past. It's hard now at the combo gym, getting back my art. With the fury inside, you can't match my spark. So, pull up your guard for a shot at your chest. I got the instinct to do it in this battle with death. This is my time to rise, you can't ride on my steps. I'm gonna win, and it don't matter who challenge me next. So I can power through you with no risk, leaving your soul twisted up in my close fist. Take notice, I'm saying it's the coldest, baddest erratic fighter you can face on the foes list. The knockout king to all my opponents. I'm taking every moment to win, baby, I own it. Yeah, I stop the zoning with flurries and combinations, saying you would hate me, cause my skills are way great. I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to. Let the truth be told, I feel on fire when my passion flow. I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to. Let the truth be told, I feel on fire when my passion flow. I'm back from a glory, yeah. These guys talk big, but I'm more prepared. On my redemption road, I rip my foes when I trip and flip modes. You can't slip my blows, I'm on the comeback. It took out all the enhancements, in with the glow. I'm the champ that the fans pick. Hard, rugged, star-studded and mighty, and leaving you all bloody and making your face ugly. Jab, hook, uppercut, feel my blow when it impacts up your gut. You wanna try to beat the champ, you ain't tough enough. I stick and move through your best, and I counter punch. Man, I fake position, ain't hitting for your brain, cause I train with the wisdom, gain vision through the pain. I will bang through the system, stay vicious in the game, and I'm back forever, you can't stop my reign. I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to. Let the truth be told, I feel on fire when my passion flow. I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to. Let the truth be told, I feel on fire when my passion flow. Put 'em up, show me what you got. I wanna see how you rock, if you break or not. Wanna take my spot, better train the box. I put the game on lock and my ring won't stop. I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to. Let the truth be told, I feel on fire when my passion flow. Rock, ready, no, stop, yeah, it's getting tense up over my block. I'm locked in the clinch, I'm about to go off. I was lost, but now I'm back as the champ in bars. Go rock, ready, no, stop, yeah, it's getting tense up over my block. I'm locked in the clinch, I'm about to go off. I was lost, but now I'm back as the champ in bars. When I break through, I shake fools with great moves and train to stay loose. My power stays brute. Hit me if you want my chin, it's like granite. Keep throwing your best out, but I'm still left standing. I rock steady, my heart's heavy with fire. Call me the trailblazer, I'm taking this game higher. I move fast like a sweet bag, throwing right crosses over your weak jabs. It feels good without the implants in me. Here to show the world that my skills want to skin deep. I'm charging the wind speed, moving in the frenzy. Show I'm the champ, leaving something to envy. I say defiant in the sweet science, ready to rumble in the jungle on these weak lions. Yeah, I'm a legend, a street giant. If you could last 3 rounds against me, fool, keep trying. I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to. Let the truth be told, I feel on fire when my passion flow. I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to. Let the truth be told, I feel on fire when my passion flow. Put 'em up, show me what you got. I wanna see how you rock, if you're great or not. Wanna take my spot, better train the box. I put the game on lock and my ring won't stop. I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to. Let the truth be told, I feel on fire when my passion flows. Back to rise, back to glow, back to fly, back to soar, back to war. Let the truth be told, I feel on fire when my passion flows. I'm back to rise, I'm back to glow, I'm back to fly, I'm back to soar, I'm back to war. Let the truth be told, I feel on fire when my passion flows. Put 'em up, show me what you got. I wanna see how you rock, if you're great or not. Wanna take my spot, better train the box. I put the game on lock and my ring won't stop. I'm back to rise, I'm back to glow, I'm back to fly, I'm back to soar, I'm back to war. Let the truth be told, I feel on fire when my passion flows. When my passion flow, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to, I'm back to. to the world, no heroes and villains. Welcome to the war, we've only begun. So pick up your weapon and face it. There's blood on the ground, go and take it. You get one shot to make it out alive. So higher and higher you're chasing. It's deep in your bones, go and take it. This is your moment, now is your time. So prove yourself and rise, rise. Make them remember you. Push through heaven. Rise, rise. They will remember you. Welcome to the climb up, reach for the summit. Visions brave, the one false step lead the end. So higher and higher you're chasing. It's deep in your blood, go and take it. This is your moment. Take to the skies, go. Prove yourself and rise, rise. Make them remember you. Push through heaven. Rise, rise. They will remember you. It is you fight among the dead beneath the dirt. Or do you know yet? Or do you want it? And when the giants call to ask you what you're worth, or do you know yet? Win or die. Prove yourself and rise, rise. Make them remember you. Push through heaven. Rise, rise. They will remember you. Prove yourself and rise, rise. Pick up your weapon and face it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to TCWC Blockade, the very first TLE for this season of TCWC. Joining me on commentary today, we do have the one and only Jimmy Long. He may be unavailable for the time being to be at the desk quite yet.
Perhaps I just got here. How are y'all doing, everyone?
The scam! Welcome back, Jimmy. How was your little involuntary vacation?
Well, I got a lot of cardio done. Let's just leave it at that.
Fair enough.
I did see that Cameron got his title back.
Cameron did get the Capital Championship. We'll have to see if he can hold on to it, as he will have to make it through the rematch clause up against Amorton.
So before we get all this started, Mr. Harold, what is your match of the night so far? What are you looking forward to the most?
The match I'm looking forward to the most? Honestly, looking forward to the defense of the Skyline Championship by Selena Shade. Whether it is going to be up against Carolyn Moore or Zofia will remain to be seen. But I'm excited to see how that plays out one way or another. Either she's going to have an old protege who really's out for blood, or she's going to have a very, very tough opponent in more to deal with. How about you? What is your match of the evening to be watching out for?
At the moment, it's gotta be Hacksaw Howard Dredd. Like, this is his highest profile match since he made his return, and he is evidently on the warpath.
I am excited to see how things roll. However, to start things off for the evening, we do have the Women's Capital Championship match. That'll be between Hannah Mortis and Talia Kaeva. All written on the card, it does say rematch. This is the first time they are meeting. Just a mix-up from a copy-paste. However, there were some words exchanged before this can get on to the match itself. If you'll give me just a moment. There's some scrolling to do. Where did it go? Good God. There we are. Hannah is seen backstage holding her cage mask in her free hand. Talia, tonight we finally meet. I'm sure you've enjoyed your month with that belt. Felt the power, the respect. But you don't deserve it. You came here on your debut in a tournament I was barred from entering and took what belongs to me. Yes, you've beaten Lilith twice, but I didn't fight a war on Tuesday just to fall to you. A greener-than-grass newcomer with a lucky streak. I could try and teach you how to be a champion with having, but that time was stolen from me by Jackie. Now it is your final testament as a capital champion. Enjoy it. Smile with it. Because tonight, I am the blockade you can't overpower. Your reign is over. And Talia Kaeva did not leave that unreplied to. My final testament. I've been on a dominant path as Women's Capital Champion, and you speak of not deserving either? Luck is not on my side. It's pure aggression and pure skills. Something you seem to have truly forgotten on your time away. She looks at her shoulder carrying the title. See this? This title that you want to reclaim so bad? It will become my mission that you never hold it again. It will be my mission that nobody else other than myself holds it. I will walk out of Blockade, still your dominant Women's Capital Champion, with my foot over your chest and my title held up high to show you your time here is done in TCWC. But with that, we'll have to get things rolling into the matches. Now I ask Mr. Jimmy, what match would he be excited to watch that he wouldn't consider his own? Interesting question going on again. But we will have to see if he has time to respond, as he is currently occupied, it seems. Wolfric apparently wants to have another little bit of conversation. What was that?
Was it Gab that asked that?
Yes.
Just for that, Carnival versus Vigilantes. Don't test me.
Don't test me. I am curious to see how that match goes. Chris Dalton and Jackie Garcia have not had a whole lot of time to prepare. I'm personally excited about the men's.
Point though the Bayou Clown.
Championship match before I forget. There's a lot of good matches for the card tonight. I have a feeling it's going to be a very long evening, even though the matches should be good.
That's the price you pay when you have great matches. It's gonna be long.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Women's Classic Championship.
Thank you, 2K. Coming out first tonight, it is going to be Hannah Mortis, former mixed tag champion and former three-time Capital champion in her time before being injured by Jackie Garcia in defense of that mixed tag title when she was fighting alongside Lucius Graves. She's been on a bit of a warpath since returning, though not necessarily completely successful in said warpath. Nonetheless, very, very focused on becoming the next #1 contender. And I think she wants to get that title back because in her own mind, that title was never lost. It was stripped from her, and she wants to prove that it never should have been taken away from her.
I'm actually glad that you did bring up Lucius because I watched Tussle and that ending was concerning.
It's fine. Surely Sky and Luce will not be out of sorts.
Speaking of the ending, have we heard from the sound guy? Did Cameron get his hands on? Or...
As far as I know, that sound guy had sprinted from that van before Cameron got to it. But
Smart
that's
man.
the last I was aware.
That's a smart man.
However, making her way to the ring, and now it is the rookie here in TCWC that has gotten off to an incredibly fast start in Talia Kaeva. Seizing the
This is
title.
a meteoric run.
Yeah,
And
meteoric is
honestly,
an
I'm glad to
understatement.
see it. Sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
No, you are good. I was going to say, she's been on a very meteoric rise. But unfortunately, her biggest matches have been against the same opponent in Lilith Matsumoto, and it's potential that Lilith is just mismatched when it comes to Kaeva. And we'll have to see if Hannah is going to be a different beast for the rookie to deal with, or if this is a new era for Tussle.
I mean, we can talk all we want about mismatches and all of that, but at the end of the day, the title was around her waist.
That I can't disagree with.
Introducing the challenger from St. Paul, Minnesota, Hannah Mortis. And her opponent from Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, the Women's Classic Champion, Kaeva.
I'm actually surprised to see Gab rooting for Hannah to regain the title.
It's probably because I hear a certain someone is rooting for our champion. And that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching.
We're going to go to a quote-unquote commercial in just a moment. Welcome back.
Wow, we gotta love those fast commercial breaks.
I know you've always liked Hannah. I'm just going to let it to Lee as your call. Both me and you have a habit of being more okay with our cause losing than the average person. However, in a bit of chain wrestling, it is Talia showing off a bit of a technical streak, getting torque onto the arm of Mortis. If this continues to be a fight that Talia is getting the better of, I think... Oh, I was about to speak!
Oh, that was a very swift turnaround there.
And in return, another
Back
turnaround.
again, back and forth.
However, it is actually Hannah coming out on the better end of things for the moment. A lot of trades of a hold, though.
This has been, so far, a technical masterclass from these two women.
Now, Jimmy, I have a question. Who do you think will actually be pulling out this match?
Well, you all look at several factors here. If you're looking purely at the size advantage, you're looking at Talia. But if you want this experience, Hannah is the way to go. But you cannot underestimate Talia. After all, she is the one with the title.
I think this is going to be Talia's greatest test as champion, but if she can get control of things, I don't think Hannah's going to have much room to argue. And there is a nice power slam. Looking for an early pin. We've got one, but it's only going to be that one.
You can almost say that Hannah is Talia's biggest blockade so far. No, I will not apologize.
However, Hannah actually initiating another grapple. I think this is a dangerous maneuver, but she actually managed to overpower Kaeva. Got her off the ropes.
I thought she was able to do that.
Nice little spine buster, too.
Does Hannah have a sleeper gun I'm not aware of?
I am not sure, but she is going to town for the moment. Am I using a different mic? Did Streamlabs do it again? Yes, it did.
Things should sound a little bit more normal now.
Now, you gotta talk about Hannah here. Like you said at the top of this, she believes she never lost the title. Now, you have to think that she's going in with some mental edge to it, be it positive or negative.
I think there's just a lot of frustration for Hannah, and I think she's getting pinned. There's going to be a 1, going to be a 2, and that has to be a frustrating 2 count.
That was close. You gotta think Taylor was fuming at that. The back and forth over here.
What was that, Mr. Love?
A little bit of back and forth over here with reversal.
Very nice exchange outside the ring. That's a nice big boot. Stomp to the gut, and Kaeva going with a pair of axe handles.
Now you have to think what a loss could do to the mental state of Hannah. Like, she is of the mindset that the title is already hers. If she loses, and with her history, it could be very scary.
Almost getting a 3 off that splash as you say that.
I almost manifested that.
I have to wonder what will happen with Hannah. Honestly, for sure, though. She has not been of sound mind since returning.
I don't think she's ever been of sound mind.
It's always been a little bit weird, but she definitely had a much different energy to her before. But that is a big knee to the face of Talia, and we've got a 1.
Oh.
Kaeva got a lot more to go.
That has gotta be a bit daunting for Mortis, seeing Talia only at a 1 count so far.
That said, it has definitely been Talia's favorite overall for this matchup so far.
Like I said, it can also be a size game on top of experience.
Talia actually pulling her back up to her feet. However, reversal on the Irish whip, and now off the ropes, evading the dropkick out of Anna. And Mortis now sent back off the ropes, and over the top she goes, followed quickly by Kaeva. I also think that the more this stays in the ring, the more advantage Hannah actually gets. The less controlled of a match, the more the overall energy of the more youthful Talia is going to become a factor. Hannah needs to get this match slowed down if she's going to want a chance to win this thing.
But she can't slow it down if Talia keeps getting out and grab. And that was a nice reversal for how long she can keep it up.
That is something that Morris has been known for, is a lot of reversals, and now trying to get submissions locked in.
And Talia gets out of it very quickly.
That is kind of the deal with submissions here as of late. You get out quickly, or you tap.
You lose quickly.
However, Mortis making a big error.
That was a devastating cover. I can hear that from here.
Hannah actually in control of things after Talia rolls out to try and get some breath after that stun gun.
Ooh! Got 2 count and with an Irish whip to the corner.
The transition so far does not seem to be favoring Talia.
This has been a very back
and the Mortis lock has been locked in outside the ring. Even
you
if
can't win outside, Hannah.
I don't think she cares. She's just trying to prove a point at the moment.
That can be very dangerous in a match like this. Proving a point could result in you getting too cocky.
Nice Death Valley driver, though. And now up to an 8 count. Sprinting back into the ring. We're up to a 9. And Kaeva gets in just as things get to a 10 of 15. Is it going to be enough to take her down? No, it gets reversed. Is this over? We have a new Capital Champion!
That was an amazing match.
Kaeva fell straight into the trap I think Mortis had laid. Getting her worked up outside the ring, Kaeva tries to rush back in after being taunted. And the inexperience of Kaeva leads to a nice counter on the roll-up and a 3 count.
Veteran instincts are a very dangerous thing in this business.
And there we see the attempt to end it by Kaeva. But not even worried, it seems, was Mortis. Let it calmly get to a 2 count before finding that reversal.
Women's Classic Champion, Hannah.
And for at least another day, we are spared the wrath of an angry Hannah Mortis. You have to wonder how long that will last for.
Kaeva will have a rematch in the near future. That is going to be a hard fight to win when you are on this kind of a loss for Kaeva.
If I were Kaeva, I would be studying game tape religiously.
Do you think game tape is enough in this case?
The matter of this was inexperience. Kaeva went in very confident, and Hannah took advantage of that.
But
I'm not saying it's the be-all, end-all, but it can be very useful.
Could be very, very useful. But now champions advantage in favor of Hannah when they will have a rematch on Tussle. I'll give you just a moment to update some information. And we'll be moving on to our next matchup of the evening. Are there any points you want to focus on touching on in the meantime, Mr. Long?
So what I'm looking at here is it's a stacked card, but this next match has me a tad concerned, specifically for Hugh, because we all know how Yami can be.
What do you mean?
Now, like this may be like a new Yami, but I have been watching since his evil Yami days. Hell, I've been watching since he was a Saiyan apparently, and this guy is scary.
He is scary, but it would not be the first time that Hu Yamashita has taken him down. Right before the last escalation match, it actually came down to Hu versus Yami that time as well.
I am scared to take my earpiece out because of what the crowd can be saying about me after last time.
It seems the crowd's a little bit better behaved today.
I think that's
However,
because a certain someone isn't in it.
there are some words before this match as well from both Damakas Anderson and Hu Yamashita. Damakas stands on the balcony of his home with the Escalation Championship slung over his shoulder, looking out towards the horizon. He turns to the camera, a small smirk forming. You know, it's kind of poetic. The same night my boys, Suzuki and Sailor, go to war with your old crew, the clan, there's a chance you and I cross paths one more time. He pauses, tapping the title on his shoulder. That is, if you get through Yami. Look, Hu, I've never hidden the respect I got for you. Sharing the ring with you, it's never been anything short of an honor. But respect doesn't mean mercy. His voice drops slightly. Whether it's you or Yami makes no difference to me. Because at the end of the night, one of you is stepping into the ring with me. And one of you is going to fall to the all-American nightmare. He slowly walks inside as the camera fades out. Hu Yamashita is caught in an interview by Austin Vang. Yamashita's dour expression highlighted against Vang's beaming smile. So, Hu, you have a potential big pair of matches tonight. How have you prepared? As always, take things one step at a time. This isn't the first time I have faced Yami for this opportunity, and I know he doesn't go down easy. I need to do my best to beat him quickly, so that if I am the one, I still have the energy I need. With your former allies in Satoru and Kushida here tonight for their own championship match, do you think they'll interfere? They may, and if they do, I'll make that sure that child knows his place. Kushida, I expect will be focused on the villain club. Nathan, less so. Damakas spoke of not having mercy tonight, regardless of you or Yami being the winner. Does that change your approach? Change my approach, Mr. Vang. We aren't warriors at war. I ask for no quarter. I expect none, and I will give what is necessary. I saw his speech. The respect is mutual. One way or another, Mr. Anderson, good luck. I'll try to make it as painless as possible. Good night, Mr. Vang. Hello, Yami. How are things going? Thanks, mystery voice. Who is the mystery voice?
I mean, it's Yami, so there's no telling who the mystery voice is.
That's a fair statement. Point taken. Point taken.
For all we know, he could be talking to nobody.
Did you yell my name? I did when you typed it. Yes, I did, Blitz. Jackson! Don't ask me, well, that's my favorite way to say it, but it is. And now, after we have crowned a new capital champion in the match before, we are looking to make a #1 contender who will have to fight in a match later on this evening, up against Damakos Anderson.
Now, the winner of this could still potentially be a loser, as they're no doubt going to be tired out.
It is going to be an interesting battle they have to decide on. Because either they are going to be coming in exhausted, or both of them have to take this match easy, and someone's going to go down. I see.
And I'm sure that these two are way too prideful to even try to take it easy on the other.
I am doing fairly well today, and I believe
if
the
I'm
mystery voice is
I'm
actually talking
doing
to
well. I'm sorry, what's my name?
I believe Yami's asking how you're doing as well.
Well, if I'm mystery voice, I'm doing well.
You are the mystery voice, which is why I was like, you should do the mystery voices so you don't keep saying mystery voice.
I'm the mystery voice, oh ooga ooga.
But Yamashita, though, looking very confident this evening.
Yamashita.
Last time this went in favor of Yamashita. But can he do it again and potentially do it twice in one night? On the bright side, they will have 13 matches to recover, roughly 12 matches to recover, before they have to fight
San
again.
Francisco, California, weighing in at 100 at
Nicely done, Yami.
Why does Yami always insist on being the creepiest motherfucker in the room?
I don't know, but all I get the vibes from this one is trial by stone. And despite what Mike Rome said, he is the manifestation and not the All-American. I may have forgotten to change that again.
I call it a Birdman.
The Birdman.
Rhymes with drug.
Now, Yami's relative madness did manage to see him through just 2 days ago to overcoming Adam Kendrick. Yeah, I know, Yami. That doesn't necessarily mean I remembered to do it.
I mean, hey, if you want a world title in another you said, maybe it'll carry over here. I didn't like that close stuff. That was very scary.
Yami is potentially someone who should be in an asylum.
Potentially?
I can't say he for sure should be. I'm not aware that
Look at him!
I'm just saying I have employed some intriguing people in my time.
Yes, I know you have. One of them is in the ring and scares the hell out of me. And I'm from the freaking bayou. Do you have any idea the shit I see?
Is my lack of fear make me insane?
Potentially.
Big kick attempt
And
out
there's
of
a
Yami.
beautiful
very
dodge
quickly.
from you. Now, who are you rooting for in this match if you want to be biased?
I have to admit, for me, I'm favoring Yamashita. He's
I
going
have
through
to agree
a
with
lot,
you
and
there.
his veteran status here does give him some more brownie points with me. Yami
I have to
has,
agree with you there.
to put it simply, not done his best to win my graces, especially when he tried to pair off against Sai, who was trying to ban moves left and right. That said, Yami in control for the moment. And now got him popped up and dropped back down. It is just kind of the way it's going to have to be, Captain, unfortunately. At least as far as I know.
I mean, is this better? I had something up against my microphone.
Now we're getting into a bit of a grapple. I have to imagine this is going to favor the experience of Yamashita, but it is actually Yami who gets control of it relatively quickly. A clean break up very quickly.
I like experience.
Yami has got a surprising amount of power behind that frame.
I swear, every superstar on this roster has a sleeper build.
It is especially when it comes to maneuvers like this of trying to slow down your opponent, one of the better ways to do it. Even if you don't get them to pass out with it, it is a very good way to make them have to stop and catch their breath, but almost finding a 3 count. Maybe that was more of the long farewell than I thought it was. You're welcome to do so in the Discord, Yami. Yami got Yamashita set up in the corner, taking a long run.
You have to want to wait. Hey! Dear Lord. Did you hear that scream after that count? This man's an animal.
I heard it when I saw the back end. That was Yamashita saying, "Nicely done. Here's one of my own." And now he is getting it lined up and locked in. Long farewell is in.
Oh,
it is not going to be a farewell just yet.
Oh! Got out of Yami's grasp. Here we go, another back and forth of reversals.
Nice.
Roll up.
Is it going to be enough? No reversal. We saw this end the match just a few moments ago.
I thought history was going to repeat itself there.
We almost got a round 2 on that. Off the ropes. Nice little moonsault DDT.
I think if Talia was watching, she just got a bit of PTSD.
Trick shot has been kicked out of Captain. I'm 90% sure. However, Iron Claw is in. Yamashita, though, has broken free.
What is Q planning?
Don't know, but it took a long time getting there.
He was contemplating. Oh!
Big spinning variation of a black mass, but it is not going to be enough this time.
Double X handle again.
The crowd excited as this one has progressed. Big right hand to Yami, and now punted out to ringside. Overall, it feels like the match is starting to get away from Yami. What do you think he has to do to get back control from Yamashita?
He has to rely on his different state of mind in order just to. Well, I say that, but then he flies out on his ass. Anyway, he has to rely on his different mind and just be as unpredictable as possible. I mean, hey, maybe there's a bigger plan to him jumping down and landing on his ass.
However, immediately caught upon re-entry, Yamashita finds a nice suplex.
Love the German suplex.
Looking away from a little bit more space, but cannot find that drop kick, and it is going to be Yami trying to fight for control, but it's just not to be.
Knee to the face. And then that kick again.
There's one, there's two, and there is three.
Over.
Yamashita, the former daimyo, is once again the official #1 contender to the Escalation Championship.
That was a beautiful match. Now I just hope Yamashita can rest up in time.
Yami got a lot of offense early. Unfortunately, right after that crossbody is when things started to go south. Yami, unprepared for Yamashita, popped back up, and who, with a very solid combination of strikes, very quickly started to get control. The next time that Yami really had a big opportunity was when he got in that Iron Claw, but could not get it secure. But do you think too much damage was done for Yamashita to even have a chance up against Damocles?
I mean, from all things considered, that match could have been a lot worse on Yamashita. Like, it may not be 100% at the end, but he's definitely gonna be up there.
Gab saw the news. He's happy about what has happened.
You also missed a very good match, Mr. Gab.
Yami put on a very good attempt, but it was in the end. Yamashita going over after a pair of black mass variations that Yamashita is going to have to tell me a name for at some point.
Now, this next match has a lot of ego and a fast-building history.
Honestly, this is match 3. 3 possible episodes in a row. I believe Jackson did have some words to say. Where were they?
Buried under everything else.
There we are. A spinning crown appears on screen with a voice saying the following. The following broadcast has been paid for by the Narcissist Incorporated. Alright, Graham. Did you think I would take it easy now that I've changed and for the better? Might I add, I'm still a douche, but I've become smarter. Jackson spins around in a chair to a camera behind him. So the way I see it, I've got an upper hand and now a threat to your operation. And there's nothing in your arsenal that will make me stop kicking your ass. And this bucket still has your name on it from Tuesday. Jackson leans in and whispers, I'm the nightmare with a crown. I'm going to claim the throne of TCWC one way or another. He jumps out of his chair and stands, leaning on the wall. Now, I'm sure I've made my point clear, Graham. I'm here to wipe that smug off your face. You beat me once, but I'm the one. But it's 1-1, and I'll be having my hand raised before Harold can yell, Jackson! So I'll see you soon, bitch. Mark my words, this isn't over for a while. The screen fades with all rights reserved to Narcissist LLC, copyright 2025.
What's this about changing? From what I've seen, Prince hasn't changed a bit.
Maybe the change is a little more subtle than we are thinking it is, however. I'm hearing that there is a development backstage. Zofia Griffin and Carolyn Moore are facing each other backstage. A content grin on the face of Moore, and almost glaring stare from Griffin. That is a hard look for a little lady. Who needs a favor from me to get what she wants, isn't it? Carolyn smiles wickedly. Are you going to hear me out, or just keep mocking me? Because if all you're going to do is sit here and come after me, I have better places to be. Carolyn laughs again. Better places to be? Where is that? Begging at Wolfrick's door? I have your keys, Sophia. So tell me, why should I open the door when I could already use that door myself? Sophia lets out an aggravated breath before reaching down to her pocket and pulling out her wallet. How much do you want? Money, Sophia. You think that low of me? The disciples had to pay me, because I wouldn't do it for anything else. Then what do you want, Carolyn? You know I'm taking that shot at Selena. So what do you want? Carolyn again chuckles. How do you have less tact than Blade, Sophia? But fine. You want me to be frank? Then when you get that title, I am your first opponent. I want to watch Selena's tower crumble as much as the next person. Fine. You give your number one contender spot to me to go against Selena. You'll be my first opponent for the belt after Selena's match. Carolyn looks back at the camera. There we are. Video evidence. If I need to get it for our agreement. Sophia rolls her eyes. You don't need evidence more. Unlike some people, I keep my word. Carolyn nudges a manila envelope out of frame. Perfect, Sophia. But there is a reason I need evidence. You see, Shade wishes you luck tonight. Carolyn clotheslines Sophia, knocking her to the floor backstage, standing over her for a moment, a sadistic grin on her face, as she locks in the gallows and drags Sophia out of camera shot, the camera slowly focusing on the manila envelope. That's an intriguing development.
That is fascinating, to say the least.
But to return to the match at hand, do you think Graham is going to be able to be the blockade to the rise of the prince? Or do you think the opposite will be true?
I have to say, these two are very skilled, but one of them has a bigger ego than the other. I feel like, personally, this could go either way.
Fair enough. I have to say, both of them have won in very dominating fashions at different times, roughly in a row. First time it was Graham taking a swift win over Prince, and the next time it was Jackson doing the same to Graham. I just hope this match is not a fast one. Question: who do y'all think has the better between these three? Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, or CM Punk? In my opinion, between those three, it's Seth.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Phoenix, Arizona. Weighing in at 200.
No, Graham did not respond promo-wise as he intends to respond in the ring. Jackson.
That is true.
Are there anything you want to really say about Graham here tonight?
I will say, there's a history of Graham going silent and then him producing results.
We'll have to see if that strategy pays off. But what else are you going to say?
Like, I'm just saying, there's a pattern of him going quiet and then going on to be very successful in the match. So maybe we see a continuation of that here.
Inner dad came out when I heard you want to be freak. I wanted to respond, no, I won't.
At 215 pounds, the narcissist, Jackson Prince.
Jackson Prince, I think, has got more ego than even the likes of Azrael Ramirez or Bennett Hayes, which is an impressive feat.
Hold on, did you see what Arthur just said? Let this king wanna be bitch. I mean, not wrong. He does look like him.
Got better facial. Wannabe legend. That is a good response to that. Very quick exchange of offense. Neither one of them being the complete better side of things. But for the moment, it appears that no. Just exchanges back and forth.
Already it's back and forth. You have to think these two have been studying each other.
They've had 2 weeks of matches to get used to how each other operate. Set up in the corner and now going after the arm of Graham, though it is the Prince taking control. Big elbow, though. And just as I speak, of course they have to prove me wrong.
Nice. What is he looking for here? Ooh, that was a devastating move.
However devastating as it may have been for someone like you or me, Jackson very quickly back on his feet, and now Jack looking a little bit unimpressed so far.
Up against the ropes is this, as Arthur calls him, Lexus King wannabe.
Big shot across the face, and now both of them looking to get control of this grapple. It was actually Graham managing to overpower Jackson for the moment. Clean break, but a big drop kick to the knee of
A
Graham.
cheap drop kick. That was cheap.
You say it was cheap, Mr. Love?
I mean, it was cheap but smart going for the legs like that.
Why do you say it was cheap?
I don't know. I honestly don't know why I said it was cheap. Sorry, I had a bit too much this morning.
Is this the Bayou brain?
It's the Bayou brain, yep. It's my curse.
Back into the ring they had, and actually it's going to be Prince looking for the pin onto Graham.
And a kick out.
I think it's a little bit early to go for the end, and I think that's the example of why I think Graham was just playing with his food. Let him think he's got the pin and then try and find some offense. Nice repeated attacks to the head in quick succession.
And they're going for the springboard splash. That was beautiful.
Looking for a pin of his own. We've got one, but not even quite a
Not
one.
even. A knee to the face. Boom!
Nice drop kick there. Single leg to the jaw, and it is Jackson trying to recover on the ropes. Graham.
Yeah, stun dog on the leg. That's gotta hurt there.
Top rope always a little bit ambitious, and ambition does not always pay off. This time though, nice knee strike.
These two don't care about finesse right now. They just want to tear each other apart.
As much as these two have been in a war with each other, yet again this count getting reset. They are just fighting
That was
to
a
advance.
beautiful combo. I think this has gone past just fighting to advance.
Leg under attack.
Ripped the
repeatedly.
leg. Prince just throwing Arthur around. Maybe he's getting a bit cocky here.
However, Graham has got to get up to his feet at some point, and he is fighting back there now as I speak. Got him up, and nice. Still upside down front and fighting back. We're up to a 9
I really
of
hope
15.
these two get back in the ring. I don't want it to end outside like this. Get up, Prince!
Yet again.
Maybe not.
Called up to his feet and headed out, resetting the
And this
count
time it
once
lands.
again. With the way this is going, this is either going to end in a brawl outside of the ring, or eventually one will get thrown back into the ring. A lot of bad blood being put out to use here on the outside of the ring. However, finally things re-enter, but set up for a nice future shock. There's one, there's two, but there's not going to be a three. Am I crazy? That was a future shock DDT, right?
Yeah, I think it was. The crowd chanting they're not worthy.
I don't think that'll be the last time
Going
they
after
chant
the leg.
repeatedly. I've never seen him use a submission move that targets it either, which is what's confusing me. Big clothesline, though, to Graham.
Setting up for something here.
Cold shot style knee.
Oh.
Being dragged into the center of the ring is Graham. But Prince not looking to put anyone away just yet, it seems.
He doesn't. I don't think he knows what to do here besides this elbow he's going for.
Graham
it
unable
lands.
to fight back, though. Is this over? There's two. And Jackson Prince gets over 2-1 in this impromptu best of 3.
That was
Jackson!
a great match.
Sorry, there was a yell at me request.
Yell at me!
What were you about to say, Mr. Long?
Nothing.
I don't believe you.
Gab, stop breaking the fourth wall.
Fair enough. And it was not an easy to fight battle. Well, and unfortunately, Graham lost a lot of momentum once things started heading outside the ring, specifically after that missed top rope dive. You cannot understate the fact that it took so much damage to keep him down. Ate a
I feel like
cold
you know a
shot.
bit about him.
What was that, Mr. Graham?
Here is your winner.
Mr. Long?
I feel like you know a bit about them. I mean, you're out of both of them. You've been in the ring this week.
All I'm gonna say, the only thing I remember about Jackson from the ring was that senton, and my ribs finally don't hurt. However,
No.
Oop.
Sorry, I was about to comment on the next match. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Do your thing.
I was gonna say, you have to wonder what Lucius Graves is going into this next match thinking. Like after that meeting with Sky on Tussle, like you have to think his mind is there.
It's there, but we got a recording of some stuff that went down before this match even got announced that I think is worth going over, that I think kind of shows the spot of Lucius Graves' headspace. Lucius is standing backstage, leaned up against a set of boxes, his mask staring impassively from beside his own. Elliot, Alex, whatever you're calling yourselves these days, Nitro, you have to know that Tuesday was coming. I left you alone for so long after everything you did to me. You know, if it wasn't for you and Taylor, I would still be playing the fool. The fool giving sermons on right and wrong. So, thank you. You are part of why my eyes opened. You enabled me to become so much more. I've become the deacon of your agonies, of your despair. So, Nitro, if you want me tonight, go speak to Adrian the Useless. Because I want you as my shining example. And Alex is a little bit offended by being thanked by Lucius, it seems. Don't thank me. I don't want to be known as the reason you've become this. You think your eyes are opened? Please. Your eyes may be seeing falsehoods that aren't there. Like how you always say people can't change, but that doesn't mean they're opened. If anything, my eyes are open. My eyes are open to the fact that the fans are the reason we are here today. Not long ago, you were a fan just like them, and so was I. They're the reason I walk out to that ring day in and day out. They are what keep me going. They've accepted me. To quote Bon Jovi, we're halfway there. All left is for me to beat you one more time. Alex then heads over to Eric's office and knocks on the door. A mass of papers, envelopes, and pens blanket the dark wood desk, a pile of half-completed tasks set aside for the next pressing issue. Adrian rests his arms on the desk, head pressed into his palm. Alex, good to see you. Sorry about Tuesday night. My security was occupied with a group of masked vandals trying to get inside. What can I do for you tonight? Right. Tuesday. That brawl. That's actually what I came here to talk about. I think you and I both know me and Lucius weren't done back there. Just picture this. Alex Nitro versus Lucius Graves. Extreme Rules at TCWC Blockade. If you don't want another brawl on your hands, this is what it'll take. Adrian taps one of his fingers against his head before sitting back in his chair. Has the wannabe leader agreed to it already? Nitro leans against the door. I don't believe so. Frankly, if he hasn't, all the better. I'm tired of him and his self-righteous speeches. I'll book it. If he doesn't show, you'll be waiting for a contenders match for your division. If you lose, I can't make any promises. But Nitro, you need a favor to deal with him. Just ask. Good to know, boss. Thanks. Nitro heads out the door and pops on his headphones. And with that, we'll be heading into the Extreme Rules match between Lucius Graves and Alex Nitro.
Who are you favoring in this match?
I don't quite know how to answer that. Because as much as I care for Lucius and I enjoy him, he's a bit more absent than normal, I guess is the word I'll use. Who do you think will pull this one out, though? I'm hoping Alex manages to win this.
For the good of TCWC, I'm rooting for Nitro.
Ooh, did this one not get up-statted? Well, yes, here we go.
Here's hoping it's the right one.
It is the right one, I know that. I just didn't realize it's over.
Truth will ultimately prevail. But there is pain.
I don't like it.
The following is an Extreme Rules match. Making his way to the ring from St. Paul, Minnesota.
We know
weighing in at
what's going to
215
smoke.
pounds.
Did he poison the pyro smoke?
I didn't quite catch that between the bursts of fire, Mr. Long. What was that?
I'm asking if he poisoned his pyro smoke. I wouldn't put it past him.
He might. I personally think he's going to try and keep this match as clean as he can, even with it being Extreme Rules. I don't think Lucius minds it being Extreme Rules. I don't think he's going to be using too many tricks. Being down gotta be frustrating.
I do recommend that we check on the fans that are supposed to smoke.
Probably not a bad idea. I just hope he doesn't attack anyone. Jackson, happy treat Harold to have a Twinkie, throw Twinkie. Thank you for this donation. So.
Bullshit. What the heck? Why is everything horror?
If everything's horror, nothing's scary anymore. At least that's the approach I've taken.
And his opponent.
First we get the Birdman, now we get this.
250 pounds, Alex Knight.
Excuse me. This is a very different look for Alex Nitro. Man has got the red eyes of a Sith Lord.
I said, hey, if you're gonna portray yourself as a preacher, I'll just be your Satan.
This is a intriguing gimmick to pull up against Graves. Coming out as a demon when there has been a long stretch of time where Lucius claimed he was the Redeemer.
You have to think this is a conscious choice by Mr. Nitro.
It's gotta be a play trying to get in Lucius' head. I just not sure he wasn't already there and this isn't gonna push him over the edge.
Alex said redeem this and came out to spooky shit.
Redeem this indeed. It's impressive to see what Nitro's been able to do to recover the enjoyment of the crowd. He made some major mistakes last summer.
This man is very spooky. It's the primary color demon. Sort of in the yellow.
Yellow's not bad. It's just not spooky. Not that it can't be spooky. Who do you think really has the better odds here?
If we're talking purely mind games, I think Alex has it in the bag.
Hopefully, for his sake, mind games are enough to overcome the Deacon. Forearm was very quickly evaded. Dropkick misses though for Lucius. Good exchange thus far and a big elbow to the jaw. Do you think this devolves into a game of counters without weapons even being involved in the match? Or do you think that personal anger is going to take over in that regard?
These are two very skilled individuals, but they also have very, very deep hatred for each other. So I wouldn't be surprised either way.
Lucius taunting Nitro, but
great
gives
out
him
from
too
underneath.
much time. big knee to the jaw of Lucius. It takes him
Don't
down.
taunt unless you know they're down. We have learned that in TCWC.
Nitro's going to need to get control of the ropes, and he manages to do so. So far, it's just been a technical battle. We just see this battle of reversals.
Like I said, she's very skilled individual. Dodges that kick just to throw one of his own. You know, suplex. Ooh.
He's attempted that senton a few times now, but it has not
You have to
paid
wonder
off.
where he's gonna call it quits. You gotta wonder where he's gonna call it quits. We have a trash can, but it's just more technical stuff up. Never mind.
Does actually manage to catch his leg though, but still loses control.
And
Nice pivot.
Suplex. Not that suplex, it's a body slam. Boom! Brutal shot to the back of that trash can.
Only gets a 1 count off of it though. But Lucius,
Going for the crowd.
nice
And
reversal.
it backfired. Almost landing on that trash can.
Now Nitro, thinking about how he wants to use it, actually puts it down. He's got the man up.
Oh,
Finds a nice
Ooh.
rolling Death Valley driver.
now he's going back to the trash can.
But the Golden Fury has landed. We have got a 1. We've got a
One,
2. But it's
two,
not going to
get down.
be 3.
What could this man possibly be going for now? Up. Crowd's happy.
Lucius,
Hell,
though,
I'm happy. I love Cable. Beautiful flying forearm. Calling him to rise up.
trying to get him over into the corner. It does manage to do so. There is now blood on the face of Graves.
Throwing out combos and haymakers. And clotheslines.
Is that going to be enough, though? There's
1, 2, kick out. Not even close to a 3 there.
Nitro just tossing that trash can on top of him, looking for a new weapon, deciding he didn't like that table.
Oh, no. I don't think it's that he doesn't like it. I think he's setting up for it.
Got wrapped around and actually turned
A
into a
rollover.
roll-up, but only a 1
kick
count
at
for
1.
Lucius. Graves tries to go for the ropes at a bad moment, but finds a reversal and
Yeah, reversal.
tries the advantage. Nice
And
reverse
drops
DDT.
him. Dragging him right into the middle.
Nitro trying to fight back up to his feet. However, caught, and the absolution
on the
has
right.
been locked
Oh.
in. Does manage to escape
At least to the
relatively
back,
quickly.
get him out. Oh. And now the trade-off begins.
Overall, I think the youth of Nitro should give him an advantage in this back and forth. So far, it is doing so. Both men, though, slowing down as this exchange has continued. However, just
going
at
at each other. I beat you to it. Lucius
got
wins it.
control. He's getting lined up. And I don't think that's
And
your
he
salvation, Nitro.
The demon.
And kneeling, looking out to the crowd. Look at the man you've chosen. There's one, there's
One,
two, there is three.
God help us all.
Very nice attempt by Nitro, though I can't not understate that how hard he tried to get this going, but he had a problem of being a little bit indecisive. Had the opportunity to continue the offense, instead looked for a table that he was unable to use effectively. Tried to bring in more weapons, and that was all Graves needed to find that opening.
Now I noticed Charlie Flores is not on the card. I'm worried she could be somewhere in the background plotting something with Mr. Graves.
Oh, she is undoubtedly plotting something. I just hope that it's not going to be dragging me away in a sleeper hold like what happened to Zofia early.
I mean, I just got back, so I should be safe, but my condolences
Here
to
is your
you.
winner, Louis Graves.
Despite the blood on his face, it is
He is crying
Lucius
out in
in
victory.
control.
And the crowd hates it.
nice.
They hate it. Now this is a very interesting match in my opinion,
God!
especially
No!
just
God,
with
please,
what's
no!
happening with
No!
Damatar.
No!
I'm, for
No!
one, am kind of worried he's going to bring his anti-authoritarian ideals to TCWC if Dylan Club wins this match.
I don't doubt it. All I can really do is hope that he keeps it more contained.
No! God! No! God, please, no!
I mean, if he
No!
needs allies,
No!
look at people like Cameron
No!
Owens, who is very outwardly been going against those he sees as power. He is Damatos would not be slim on allies here.
However, as we've gotten deeper into the card, just to do a quick recap of the matches thus far. Hannah Mortis dethroned Talia Kaeva for the Women's Capital Championship. Hu Yamashita became your number one contender, the Escalation Championship, to fight Damakos Anderson later on in the evening. Jackson Prince did win this little impromptu best of three with Arthur Graham, but we will have to see if that puts this rivalry to bed or only makes things worse. And Lucius Graves has overcome Alex Nitro. But before we head into this next coming up championship match, indeed the rest of the matches for the evening are championship matches. There were some words between the Clan and Villain Club. Nathan Sartorius stands in front of Isabel Angeles, one of the interviewers for TCWC Tussle. But as soon as she goes to speak, Nathan cuts her off. You'll excuse the absence of my father from this little conference. He is checking on the health of Mr. Sakamoto. No, Miss Angeles, I will not be taking questions. Isabel does a confused head shake, wondering why she was even called up here if it wasn't to do an interview. Tonight, Villain Club, you will be taking those combined titles home. We've beaten everyone here to get here. The old gods beaten, the Vinyl Testament's havoc brought to order, and that intriguing display ended in Nexus's hopes, which leaves you and us. You can feel oh so secure with them. Oh, inaugural champions, well done. But tonight, the days ticking by your reign are over. It is time for your eternal struggle with those of the clan to resume. Because a new era is coming, and we will be the ones ruling from the top. Villain Club did not leave this unanswered. Toru Suzuki responding, funny how things circle back, huh? Villain Club, the clan, yet again, it ain't the same story, boys. Angelo Taylor joins the response. But y'all ran TCWC like it was yours. But now, Tussle belongs to us. We're the ones with gold. We're the ones setting the pace. And after tonight, that ain't changing. Toru Suzuki then speaks next. You want the belts? You gotta take them. We don't plan on handing over a damn thing. Angelo Taylor cuts in. Oh, and just to keep things spicy, we brought a little surprise. Let's just say the club got a little bigger. Toru Suzuki smiles. This isn't your comeback story. It's our era now. Both of them holding up the Bullet Club. Too sweet. For life.
Very heated discussion. Very heated words.
What did
And
we said it like 4 times? Did not mean. I thought it was funny that the notes continued, Captain. I'm sorry. I had to respond to that. Continue, Mr. Long.
I find it a bit, well, not surprising, but interesting that they're leaning more into their Bullet Club route. Like, yeah, Villain Club and all that, but just also in general, they seem very confident heading into this.
They are confident, but I think they, quite frankly, have every reason to be.
Oh, no, absolutely, they do. I just don't like what that confidence can mean for us.
That's understandable. Sorry, just some things I had to quickly change that I forgot to do.
You got it, it's all good now.
There we are.
Alrighty then.
However, they did mention that Villain Club got a little bit bigger, which is news to me, though Adrian has started signing people without telling me, which doesn't make me happy.
You may have your own little mutiny with Adrian.
So I have to ask you, who do you favor to win this match? These two teams have a lot of history.
Indeed, they do, but I gotta say with the Villain Club, confidence can go very, very far in any match. but especially in a tag match, if both of these people are confident, that's going to double up. And plus, they have that new mystery member up their sleeve, and they can kind of come out just whenever. And that has to be in the back of the clan's head.
That said, the clan are no strangers to intriguing
Underhand
tactics.
actions. Call them what they are, underhanded.
Wasn't that long ago that Satoru himself stole the bell for a match and prevented it from ending until he wanted it to end?
You're like, you say it's intriguing, call it what it is.
It's cheating.
Underhanded tactics. Both of them. Oh,
Who is this with Angelo and another Satoru for the future with this match? Satoru Suzuki will be Suzuki, and Nathan Satoru will be Nathan.
this must be the new member they were talking about.
Way though, a very big smile on the faces of the currently reigning Tussle Combined Tag Team Champions. As a reminder, the tag divisions did become mixed as for intergender as of the beginning of this season. New phone who this? What does it mean?
It's me. It's Jimmy.
This is I, Jimmy Long.
Ah, yeah.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the Hybrid Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 475 pounds, Nathan Satoru and Yuri Kushida, the Club.
Bit dour look on the face
At a
of the
combined
clan.
weight of 513
They can't be confident after seeing this mystery woman.
Champions Angelo Taylor and Satoru Suzuki, the Club.
As usual, Angelo the much more expressive of the two. Forced to hand away their titles, but will this be the closest the clan get to them tonight?
I do notice we have been similar in our picks for the matches so far.
We have been very similar thus far. However, in this match, I have to actually kind of say I do favor the clan here. The clan has a very big history of being able to beat Villain Club throughout time. And while that has started to break away a little bit, just the dragging sensation, the fact that it became an achievement for the Villain Club to actually beat them in the first place, I just can't say that I favor them in a head-to-head.
I will say, I know this is Tag Team 101. What they're doing here, separating the other person from their teammate on both sides. You keep doing that, and you're golden.
Currently, though, Suzuki finding a nice little Frankensteiner looking for a pin. Is the older Kushida going to be able to survive? So far, he will be. It looks like Sin has immediately thrown in a chat. The shenanigans already begin for Villain Club.
Are you really that surprised?
they've actually been one of the teams that actually obeyed the rules the best so far. So I am a bit surprised. Despite their name, they've been one of the better behaved teams.
They brought their new mystery friend out here. You have to assume there were going to be some shenanigans.
You do have a
kick
point.
for the gut.
Suzuki cannot manage to lift Kushida off the ropes. He goes, and that's a big clothesline with him down to the mat. But there's a definite size advantage.
Oh! Jumping on top of him.
Overall, though, both of these teams are very, very decorated. Nathan Satori himself is a former Escalation champion, and they were a pair of men's tussle tag team champions for a very long time last season, only actually getting stripped of them in a match up against Lucius Graves and Hu Yamashita. Gun Club had to win a tournament to get them back, and then actually, they didn't actually get the inaugural combined tag champions. It's so hard for me to buy into the Villain Club at the moment. They seem very divided. And Angelo has been framed, but is it going to be enough? Not yet.
It may have been a short-sighted thing to do it so close to the opposite side of the ring.
It also is worth noting, though, that unless you want to be disqualified, you cannot re-enter the ring despite entering. So it may have been part of the strategy, get him to interfere, and now he has him at his whim. However, the stakes have been made for sure there.
I mean, everyone has a plan until you get springboard drop kicked in the face. So.
Or a pair of knees to the
gut. That is very fair.
This is, I was going to say Suzuki, but Nathan back in for the Clan. And he's getting lined up in the corner. We've seen this a few times from him.
Ooh, a knee to that.
Nice crucifix roll up. We have got nothing though on account.
Not even a one. Throwing him into the Villain Club corner. What are they planning?
Creative offense is what they were planning. And the creativity is not enough for them, though that was a weird little step there from Nathan. Suzuki.
He is getting very confident.
But will it pay off? The Clan in general have always had a bit of a tendency towards arrogance and overconfidence. While the original...
You're getting arrogant over Yeah, that's good. No, I would be like, contribute nothing. Go ahead.
There might be a pit attempt, so I'll not be able to continue for the moment. Oh, a nice combination of strikes for Suzuki. Got him set up with a nice butterfly DDT. What I was going to say is that the kind of the original duo or trio of the Clan, definitely a bit more natural talent than the likes that Satori has been able to show in Nathan Satori. However, combination suplex over here for Suzuki. Follows it up with a little neck breaker on the back end of things. And we have got a one. No, not even quite a one.
No, we do not.
That's gotta be
beautiful combo there. So that was a great combo there.
No, Angelo cannot quite
Kick
find
to
what
the
he wants,
head.
but does just toss him away like he is nothing but a ragdoll. That mask is evaded, however, cannot stay on the offense for very long. But after that exchange, Nathan brought up, and Suzuki
Elevated
Nice.
snake eyes. Going on a combo here, but immediately Jeff stops it.
Hiptos actually does currently have the clan in control. Big distance to cover to get the tag in, but it is going to be Kushida back in.
Dragging the farm known from number 2 the middle, maybe not all the way.
And Sin manages to distract Yori. He got a lot of frustration and a big combination of strikes from Suzuki.
Yelling club shenanigans.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Senton looking for the pin. We've got one. There's two. But there's not going to be a three on that one.
This, forearm to the back.
Kushida was trying to fight back up to his feet and take down Angelo in the meantime, but failed to do so. And now a lot of lost momentum.
Said no.
Standing moonsault.
Going after the midsection. And a body slam in the middle. And this is a super kick. And it's a roll up.
Is this going to be new champions?
One.
No, it
Kick
will
out.
not.
Both sides have done a very good job at cutting the ring in half.
They have not become the top of the division for no reason, but that was
Military presses at the knees.
I'm not sure there's any air left in the lungs of Nathan to even try and get out of dodge here. He set back up, and a nice F10. Pin is broken up, but I'm not sure how
Middle
much
rope.
more Nathan has to offer here.
You have to say it's little to nothing.
However, a little bit too much of a delay there ends up in a bit of a botch on the part of Taylor. I'm sure
But
he had a
Edwards
plan,
back
but
in control. Or not.
tossed straight out to ringside and sending Suzuki with it. But Sin again, proving to be an instrumental part
More
of this
shenanigans.
match. Does manage to get Nathan caught, but he is fighting out of the hold of Taylor. Angelo blocking a potential tag for now, but is brought up. And a nice little upside down frown. And I have got to question what you're doing right now, Satoru. That is brazen. But regardless, calling card left on the chin of Taylor.
That is the ego of the clan going front and center.
And now up to the top goes Kushida. Elbow drop is
And a
not
dodge.
gonna pay off. Exchange, and now the clock might have just struck midnight because we have got a shot in the dark.
Going for the pin here, but it's quickly broken up.
We're not going to get new champions just yet, and there's a reversal on the Irish whip.
Reversing that. You have to assume he was going for a double team there.
I think that would have been the end goal, trying to finish this match once and for all. However, Kushida trying to use
power
some
bomb
brute
puts
force.
him down.
I think we're nearing the point of exhaustion being able to end this matchup. However, it has now been no coronation denied. Suzuki does not want a crown, and there is a nice knee to the gut.
I wouldn't want a crown from the can either.
You can talk to Adrian about potentially accepting that crown.
I'm good. I'll stick with my suit, thank you very much.
I have got zero interest being a puppet to the idiot that is Nathan Satoru. He had a very good thing going behind Yu Yamashita and tried to throw it all away.
It's like with the Bloodline. The sequel is never as good as the original.
However, he's saying the count now, it is actually going to be Suzuki.
Reset. Knee to the face.
Now, Nathan has to be aware that he cannot win this belt by getting this up to a 15 count. However, very nice takedown.
To the head. Villain Club, I think they know the fan can't get yourself a count. I think they're trying to drag this out.
We are getting up there in the count. We're going to be at a 12 of the allotted 15. However, back on his feet. Going back into the ring.
Never mind, they want to end this clean.
I'm a little bit surprised. And going back up.
You guys want to
Wind it up, and there's a nice forearm. But this is why they should have probably gone for the count out. Kushida in right away to break up that attempt.
They should have at least taken out Kushida.
That could be enough. Him not going for the pin right there might be a mistake.
Angelo going in on this. And he already has one in the chamber.
It's his turn to leave his own calling card, but trying to imitate your opponent is not always going to pay off. However,
But he catches him.
Set up.
Hey, no.
No!
Never mind. Hey, no.
Mistakes made for Villain Club. They had the victory nigh on guaranteed, and now being caught in that accordion rack.
But he gets out of it very quickly.
I'm not sure how much of that is him being aware of what is happening versus sheer adrenaline, though. He stepped back up in his own corner and turned around, and now whips.
It's very bold putting him there.
It's bold, but
it's bold, it's brash, although it may not belong in the trash, especially since Sin is there.
Sin actually getting his leg hold, and the ref does not notice.
He's just dancing along.
Desperately trying to make for the hot tag, does finally get it. And there's the black mass. Kushida is out at ringside. There's one, there's two, and no! What in the world, man?
Foul! Foul! Oh! Busted open there.
Very big Kinshasa, but it's not going to be enough with Kushida waiting in the wings. And now it is going to be potentially an immediate another pin attempt. Oliver trying to roll him over. If at first you do not succeed with it, try again. Nice Canadian Rack DDT. There's one, there's two, and this time it is enough.
Reign supreme.
But that is the least respectful of the rules we have ever seen Villain Club. I have to say, I'm not sure I like this new look for him. There was a lot of interference from Sin.
It should have been expected with Damon Costner's apparent turn. Now, we have a very match coming up after this, the Revolution Gauntlet. My question to you, Mr. Harold, who is your favorite to win that one?
Favorite to win the Revolution Gauntlet? That is a hard question. So, do you want who I think will win, or who I want to win?
We need both.
So I naturally think, just based off of when they get in, Jackson Rusakis has the best chance at winning. He's the last one in, and he's coming off of the gauntlet not long ago that he made it to the final two of. He's kept that momentum. That is a lot of momentum that he has maintained. And I think he has a seriously good shot.
And Satoru Suzuki, the club.
However, really quick, get this image captured for Champion News.
Who do you want to win?
The person that I would like to win that match is actually going to be Liam O'Neil. He's coming off of a very rough history for himself and recovered well enough that immediately upon the opening of the season plowed through two people. And I just think it's time for Liam O'Neil to kind of find his footing here in TCWC.
On my end, I actually want El Tigre to win. Because believe it or not, I am actually a very big fan of luchadors.
I did not know that.
You wouldn't expect it from me, would you?
I would not have expected you to be a fan of luchadors. Especially because I've not actually seen you make one, like out of character.
I've actually been thinking about it.
However, give me just a moment to get things set up. Just because this one can take me a hot minute to arrange.
Like, out of character, I actually have been considering it. I will be right back.
A problem. Give me just a moment, lads, as the gauntlet can take a hot minute to go. It's odd I can't see Gab's chats. Maybe I need to fix something. I mean, can't actually be upset about either outcome. You might just need to refresh your stream. It might just be being a little bit weird for whatever reason. It is known to happen. Not that kind of a gauntlet. However, going to be entering this gauntlet first, it is going to be Liam O'Neill. I think a long time, but joined the circuit about a year ago, or maybe closer to 8 months ago, but has been unable to really quite find himself a secure spot, constantly up and down in the Revolution division, but unable to really get the last bit of footing he needs. Perhaps tonight will be a different story. We've seen people coming in first both win and get very close to winning the gauntlet more than once. However, something that happens very, very little is the current Revolution champion actually winning their title and maintaining control of the division, something that only the fourth entrant in this match has done successfully. The current champion is indeed Caleb Ward, and there were some words before this match that I will have to get to in just a moment. Now entering in at number 5, it is going to be El Tigre, the one and only luchador here in TCWC. And the last entrant in, as mentioned a little bit ago, is going to be a recent call-up from the TCWC Challenger Series in Jackson Rusakis. But before we begin this match, I believe the first one to speak is El Tigre. You can see a focused El Tigre looking like he's in his own head, thinking with absolute clarity. The Revolution Gauntlet. I think it's time that we speak more clearly about my intentions tonight. While you all scratch and claw your way just for the title. Tonight, my focus is to find the right rival. So many choices out of the 5. This concrete jungle has proven something to me. Without a rival, I am no one. Titles or no titles. So who will it be? Will I win the title? One way to find out. And we quickly then transition to the camera coming into Caleb Ward's locker room. His head is lulled to one side, disinterested as the camera comes into the locker room. He almost smirks when he notices the camera. Revolution. Is what you want to say this title represents? Some new era. He looks away again. It represents evolution or devolution, depending on who it was. But it has changed everyone who has held it. For months, Dalton and others kept saying I couldn't do what I needed to. He clicks his tongue several times. And look at me now. I have torn apart this division to get here. I have done what I needed. Crawled and bit my way to where I needed to be. Shepard spoke of a flock. Young spoke of a home. Dalton spoke of lifelong camaraderie. But one by one, everyone threw me to the wolves, left me for dead. Left me alone and fending for myself. You think I don't know what has to be done? You think I don't? You all made sure I learned. And now that I show that I learned what I needed to be, you call me insane, unhinged, mad. You all told me what I needed to be. You all called me lost, but I've been found. And now I understand the hunger, the drive. This isn't about revolution. You all forced my evolution, and you get to pay the price of what natural selection created. I'm an asshat, but I think I'm a good asshat, I think. So, Harold, what do you think?
Who?
Hello.
I see I'm just in time.
You are just in time. I think Jackson's a little bit too full of himself to say he's good. He did pay Damakos back. He did do that. That's about the only good thing he's done so far. And by the way, Mr. Long, if you at any point need to leave because it's getting late, don't worry about it.
The rules of the match are as follows. 2 superstars will start in the ring. At regular intervals, a new superstar enters the match. Eliminations can occur by pinfall or submission. The match continues until one superstar remains. And that superstar will be
I was talking about luchadors, I think. I am throwing some ideas at the wall right now.
However, as this gauntlet begins, it is going to be Liam O'Neill entering in at number 1.
That's all I'm going to say. I'm throwing some ideas.
The video guide took a second to get rolling for Mr. O'Neill, but you can see the color now. If it is a brawl O'Neill wants, it is a brawl he will have tonight. But can he pull out the victory? Why didn't you yell my name? I did not yell your name. There are 2 Jacksons. I yelled the different Jacksons.
And from Leeds, 198 pounds, Aiden York!
And I really think Rhea should come back out to that song. I still like the newer version better, but I definitely think Rhea specifically should be coming out to the older version of it. Aiden York actually got a pretty big surprise victory over Xander Wright to get here. And he is a currently reigning champion over in BPW as the Nightmare champion, unless I am mistaken. In general, why you do it? Because it's fun.
Wait, do what?
Say Jackson the specific way.
Jackson!
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 Anyway, as we head into this, actually didn't really think about this. It is 2 redheads.
What a fitting first choice!
Now, Mr. Long, this is your first time helping to cast a Revolution Gauntlet match. Do you think you are prepared for the amount of chaos that is going to ensue in this one?
No.
Now, there was an extension.
Short, sweet to the point.
What was that?
Short, sweet to the point. No.
There was an extension recently to the time it will take for new entrants to come in. We'll give it a pin early on onto Liam, and O'Neal almost goes down early on. But unless someone is eliminated very early, it's been up to 3 minutes between entrants, up from 2 minutes before. So there will be a little bit more time for things to develop before more entrants come in.
Now, while I do want LT Gray to win, I think someone to watch is Caleb due to his less than sane mindset.
Are we surprised after everything he's dealt with that he's being a little bit less insane, though?
No, not at all, but still. Insanity can be very dangerous.
But I have to agree with you, he's definitely one to watch. I'm just concerned about when he has to come into this match.
Oh god, my screen just flashbanged me.
Yeesh.
I don't care, dude. My lights are off right now, and I'm on dark mode. So, ow.
That's an easy way to get flashbanged.
It's my computer's freaking AI assistant. You want to play a game?
There's 2, but there's not going to be a 3 just yet. Big boot to York, though, and Aiden has a tough road ahead of him. He's taking a lot more offense than Liam. And O'Neal, tired of playing things traditionally, he wants a weapon.
I mean, it took them long enough.
He gets caught, and there's a throne breaker. Is it going to be enough to take the elimination here for Aiden? There's only going to be a 1 count on it, though. Caleb now the one about to enter. Big hooks out of him.
God help the redhead. Nope, I'm not making that joke. That's too easy.
However, immediately upon entry, the training champion goes down and almost drops a 3 count. That spinning back elbow almost taking the victory. Not victory per se, but ensuring a new champion.
Liam is out for blood. That was quick attack on Caleb. Caleb showing off just to get speared.
Liam has got no time for these shenanigans here today. Holy crap. Just stop
That was a-
celebrating. Get off the apron, dude.
That was a beautiful angle.
Someone kind of clip that for me. That was beautiful. Nice rolling cutter onto Ward. Is he going to go out early?
One, two.
Most.
Do Liam and Caleb have some hidden beef backstage?
It honestly wouldn't surprise me too much. They both do have a more brawl-centric style, and Liam has been on a much more normal path, shall we say. However, there's a 2 count onto O'Neal, but no 3 to be found.
I can't get over that apron. Ooh, that's easy.
Ward being pinned yet again, though. Big focus on the champion.
Two. That's probably the smartest thing possible. Guarantee a new champ.
However, Ward manages to fight out of the left for the Wolves. I don't know how York managed to evade both of those moonsaults. But he did.
He's a very lucky man.
Caleb looking for a pin, but only getting a 1 count off of it.
I don't know if you saw that. York's leg landed on the kendo stick.
That could be a long-standing problem for York. Oh, reversal on the Irish whip into the air, and nice clothesline found by Liam. O'Neal then up to the top rope. Caleb does not seem too enthused with the idea of waiting for him to do his thing, though. It's going to be York.
How many kendo sticks are underneath this ring?
A lot of them, but we just got a showstopper. There's 1. There's 2.
Oh.
Now the former Revolution champion out here for his rematch. It is Drew Malenko.
Liam going straight for him.
I do actually think Drew Malenko is a bit of a sleeper pick when it comes to us, and that's like not really mentioning him thus far. He is one of the only people to defend this title successfully, and only one to actually do it more than once. However, outside the ring, Drew Malenko very quickly eating that Irish welcome. Inside the ring, Aiden and Caleb going to town on each other. So far, it looks like Aiden's seeing the slightly better end of things, despite the fact he ate that stunner.
Dad flipped it for you.
However,
Yeah.
Ward left for the Wolves yet again.
1.
Is he out? He
New
is.
champion! Guaranteed a new champion.
The reigning champion is the first one out. I have to say, I do like the 3-minute over the 2-minute quite a bit. This is making things much more readable.
It evens it out so much. He's gonna throw that chair, watch this, or not.
The two men who started things still going, and another throne breaker.
That was on the chair.
Liam, the only man standing, but no one in the ring to pin.
He's watching. Who's he gonna go for? It's York, but he reverses it. Drew, probably the smartest man in here, letting the redheads fight.
However, Malenko can potentially lose out on some much-needed momentum here if he does so.
Oh,
Goes down to that kick and only gets a 1 count. York's gonna have to do a lot more if he wants to get another pin here.
Was that not just Andy just jumping into the ring?
No, that was a kick on the jump in.
Oh, busted grab.
Relief is in, but not enough to get a tap out just yet. However, no, Left of the Wolves not having enough time to get set
Name
up.
from the Wolves. Our bomb. One,
Now,
two,
and Aiden
three.
is out.
Onto the kendo stick. That's gotta hurt.
And repeated stomps.
On the
El
kendo.
Tigre actually saving Malenko a bit. Managed to grab the guy from beneath him. I wonder if El Tigre is trying to make a friend early on here. However, nice little enziguri from a kneeling spot there. And now it is Liam staying on the offense, going after the knees of the high flyer. Drew Malenko not to be spared, however. Nice bomb out of Malenko. We've got one, we've got two, but still, Liam O'Neal surviving.
I guess he's not trying to make friends. I mean, tigers are solitary animals, so I guess that carries over.
Liam still showing no signs of life, but for the pain in his arm there. Repeated kendo stick shots. There's a lot of bruising on his back. Desperately trying to get out of dodge. However, El Tigre now going after Malenko.
I think Liam's mad that he's going to get Caleb out.
He's been rolled up. Malenko caught with the rolling cutter.
I
But
think
no one trying to
that
pin him.
Liam... Oh, maybe he's just going to go. Hell, he's going to stomp. But no care.
I don't know what just happened.
What just happened is Liam on the back of steel.
Nice brainbuster though.
One. Kick out. One.
El Tigre is the freshest person in this ring, so I'm not overly surprised.
I think that Liam's mad that he wasn't the one to get Caleb out.
Definitely with how things went immediately, he's got to be a little frustrated. But at the same time, the person who pinned him
Edge
is
press
no
from the
longer
outside.
in this match.
Grabbing Liam from behind, but Liam elbowing him his way out of it. Ooh! On the LED screen.
And we're about to have our last entrant coming into this gauntlet. Jackson Rusakis now heading to the ring. Nice suplex by El Tigre onto O'Neal though.
Oh, you're brutal German suplex there. Throwing a chair at Jackson.
Different Jackson than the other Jackson.
Hey, it's still a Jackson.
It's kendo stick
Jackson
shot.
the
However,
Jackson.
the chaos is beginning here. Rusakis spoiled for choice on a target. El Tigre's got him low only for a brief moment, but there's a big back elbow. Reversal on the Irish whip, and Liam
I
O'Neal.
think there's blood there.
Rusakis already split open, and Liam telling El Tigre to stay out of his business.
Ooh. Jackson out of nowhere. Now he's going for El Tigre in the corner. Oh!
O'Neal trying to get back up to his feet. However, Rusakis unable to maintain control. You gotta wonder if there's a
Eyeing up
second
El Tigre, maybe?
What was that, Mr. Lund?
I was saying Drew was maybe hiding us on Tigre then.
Very possible. No count. Now, there is only one former champion of the Revolution division currently in this match, and that is Drew Malenko. Liam looks very pissed off. However, that rolling cutter got denied, and he's being set up with a big knee strike. I don't think O'Neal's got anything left in the tank. What?
I think Liam, as a rule of thumb, is just always pissed off.
Very similar to Wolfric in that way. I wonder that's why he recruited him. I don't know how O'Neal survived that, though. And now a pin attempt onto
Someone
Malenko.
else is busted open. I think it was Malenko that was busted open.
It was actually Rusekas who was immediately busted open upon entry.
No, someone else was just busted open before he was eliminated.
A drop kick to O'Neal. Elbow drop. And now Rusekas trying to go after El Tigre. El Tigre kind of proving what he said earlier. I want a rival. I'm going to beat all of you down until you give me one. El Tigre kind of choosing Rusekas here, but O'Neal, adrenaline rush late into this match.
But it doesn't matter. Or maybe it does. Nope. Oh, Rusekas screwed it up.
2-for-1 special on that, and now lined up for a big 619.
Now,
But O'Neal's
so
back on his
much
feet.
Today.
Gets a dropkick of his own.
But how can you tell the blood from Liam's red hair?
Rusekas?
What about Rusekas?
I think he may have just stolen the rolling cutter. However, natural selection out of Rusekas.
Oh!
Broken kendo stick across his body, though. And there is a rolling cutter of Liam's own.
Oh!
Rusekas is
Down with
down.
a 1, 2,
He's out.
3.
The next fall
It
will
ends
win.
up with 2 and 5. Going for the pin here.
Is
1,
it
2. No, not yet. And Liam is in shock.
This has been a
On the other
war.
corner.
Liam
Knee
in since
across
the
the
start
face.
of this.
El Tigre dodges it. Liam reverses. Oh! What is Liam playing with that kendo stick? El Tigre dodges.
No, but there's a
And
big
kick in
knee.
the head.
El Tigre feeling himself a little bit
Oh.
with it. He's going to look for the pin. He's going to
El
look for a little
Tigre
bit more.
planning something. Oh, he's
Lines up.
exploding.
But no!
Oh!
And Liam saying,
Liam
come
calling out
on,
Big
man.
Liam.
I've got so much more. Get back up.
Liam just wants smoke.
He's getting it lined up. Middle rope. Guillotine.
He had eaten leg drop.
Takes back down. And Liam.
Liam wanting El Tigre to stand, just to fall again.
Legs colliding with the apron on the way down. And O'Neal's not done playing. Liam, you've got a match to win, my guy.
We may be medical to come out and check out El Tigre's legs after that.
After
or
all
not?
of that, Liam wasted too much time. He let El Tigre find some amount of time to recover.
You got way too cocky.
There's one. There's two. And it's over.
3. Yes.
Liam.
It's like what they say. Pride cometh before the fall.
I don't even think that was pride. I don't think Liam thought he was going to stay down. I think Liam may have gone, you said you wanted a rival. I'm going to make sure you don't go home.
Okay, fine. Stay doesn't come before the fall.
Good God.
A exquisite showing from El Tigre tonight.
And Liam O'Neal in from number 1.
You have to give Liam his flowers for that match.
Holy heck. The amount of damage that man sustained. El Tigre put down a wounded animal.
At that point, I think it was a mercy kill.
Jesus.
Here is your winner, and new Impact.
Congratulations to El Tigre. You have earned him.
Holy hell.
Yeah, you said it best. El Tigre has found his rival in Liam.
You wanted a rival. I think he found it.
And you're also right about possibly this being match of the night.
Holy. Sorry, I'm just in like, after all of that.
I don't know how anything else can stack up to it.
Give me a moment to get champion news updated.
Screw match of the night. That's match of the month.
Might not even put a poll out for tonight.
We all know what it is.
It's going to take a lot for me to think that that match has competition. Good Lord, did the 3 minutes really help that match for me, though. The 3 minute between people made that so much easier. I'm going to keep doing that 1 at 3 minute time between people entering. However, let me get back on track. Holy hell. We still have 9 matches left to do.
I know for sure.
And we got a promo coming out of Roxy Graves before the Women's Vanquisher Championship match. as she's being interviewed by Isabel Angeles, hopefully a little more effectively than when Satoru spoke at Isabel. Roxy stands, Vanquisher Championship draped on her shoulder and a small smile on her face. The monitor behind them bearing the emblem of the Nexus. Roxy, you've had a sudden rise since the start of the season, fighting your way up the brackets until you managed to defeat Morgan twice in a row. What changed? This year has been eventful so far, to say the least. But the biggest thing for me, I've stopped being afraid of what I could do. I spent all of last season here and abroad avoiding my emotions during my matches and constantly second-guessing myself despite everything. I've had a lot more focus. It has been over a year since you last held the title in the circuit. How does it feel to be standing at Blockade to defend the Vanquisher Championship? It's something else, Isabel. I'm a torrent of emotions, pride, happiness, of course, but also a lot of worries. I've had a lot of my friends and family going down dark paths since I started rising myself again, and somehow I feel responsible. How do you think you fare against the old gods, Urena, tonight? Urena is a tough opponent, Belle. I'm not going to lie. Like Rena and Sky, she may be smaller, but she can take a beating. I think the key for myself tonight is going to be doing what I have been and trying to read if and when Urena is going to look for her lock. Thank you for your time, and good luck tonight, Roxy. Always a pleasure, Isabel. Now, I know, Mr. Long, some of the people here are a little bit more new to you. Between Urena Vada and Roxy Graves, who do you favor?
Now, Roxy, she is a veteran across several federations. She's going into this with a lot of experience under her belt, but Urena, she is a big brawler. So, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised with either outcome. But I'm leaning more towards Urena.
I think Urena is going to be a much different opponent for Roxy than she's had lately. She's had a lot of people
I
she's
feel
had personal gripes with in matches, and Urena is not one of those people.
Urena, I think she is more equipped for the Vanquisher style matches.
I would have said the same about Morgan, though, and Roxy did manage to overcome Reed.
That is very true.
It is very possible that Night 2 might have to occur. I just don't know when Night 2 would occur. Let me put it that way, Gab.
We'll do it live.
Is scheduled for one fall.
See how long we can survive.
The Women's Martial Arts Championship.
Sleep, Henry, sleep. If sleep was money, I'd trade it for vodka. By the way, have we ever gotten an answer as to why Urena is pale? Is that pale?
Urena is albino.
Oh! Well, I accidentally insensitive.
She's actually the only albino wrestler in TCWC. I guess it's not a surprise, but albino and face cam. This is correct. She was albino before a face cam.
I'm like that dad that is accidentally insistent about that new thing towards modern Gen Z.
Why are you so pale? It's called albinism.
What is wrong with you? Why are you white? The hilariousness is kicking in.
However, making her way to the ring now, it is going to be Nexus of Fate's Roxy Graves as she straps that title to her waist.
Now, on the topic of Roxy, I'm personally curious how she feels about her brother's shenanigans.
I honestly don't know. He spoke a little bit about it over on ACW, kind of viewing him as a completely lost cause, but I don't know how true that statement is, or if he was trying to get Lucius to kind of see how far away he's going.
From Helsinki, Finland, Irina Vara!
What is wrong with you? Why are you no?
And her opponent, from St. Paul, Minnesota, the women's martial
Still better than the SpongeBob situation from last night.
Roxanne Graves!
There is the Vanquisher Championship. Let's get this show on the road.
As you can see, the rules of the Vanquisher match, submission or knockout. The only ways for this to end.
This was a very convenient addition to the underground matches.
I was very, very happy when underground matches got announced. So Harold, when is our next first gameplay? We will have to find out, because the last time we did was Superman 64 the last one we did, or was it One Armed Crook? Finding a nice combination of strikes, and down Graves goes. The Roxy tries to fight back up her feet, only to be taken down by another clothesline.
The match so far staying in the ring.
First time for everything, I guess. However,
I mean, I say that, but
Irina does fight her way off the edge. Got her up, but nice escape by Graves.
I'm loving this back and forth here.
I'm disappointed that these guys were on different brands all of last season, because this has been a very good opening to this match.
Absolutely. Beautiful senton match.
Trying to get the guillotine locked in, but it's got her arm caught on the shoulder.
It's there. Oh, the Irina powering her way out of it. Oh, that was against the post.
Brute force spine buster using what's available. That cannot be pleasant. However, signal lost.
Irina is favoring that post here.
Roxy
Maybe it.
cannot find the setup that she was looking for. And it's set up on the edge of the ring. This might finally actually go out of the ring. Roxy finally regains her balance. But chucked out with that dragon screw. Nice awareness of your surroundings. Wow.
That cannot feel good.
Big exchange on the outside, however.
Oh.
Nice ataxia.
A beautiful move.
And she's actually getting it locked in. This could be over here. The Vana lock is in. Roxy does not tap, though. I am not sure how much more Graves has in the tank. There is now blood on the face of Roxy. Nice kick to the head. And now it is actually going to be Roxy getting some level of control back, pointing out to the crowd, trying to get them involved in the match before a brutal series of stomps to the gut of Vana.
Now, if you're Roxy, no doubt with concussion from those blows on the post, how are you going to hold on to your championship?
It's doing what Roxy's doing now, trying to brutally drag back any control you can. Find the offense you can. Cold shot was just landed.
I do suggest a medical check on her after this match, though.
I definitely agree. Rena broke out of that in a very creative way, but that was not a good way to go down. Signal lost. Does not end it, though, but the cold shot lined back up. But Vana maneuvers out.
Ooh. Lariat. Sending her flipping.
However,
Oh.
Blood Raven.
Oh, this may be it right here. No. Ow.
And now, Terminal Trigger has landed. And Roxy's not done yet. Shucks Arena back into the ring. And now actually gets it locked in. I think this is a reference to the villain lock of yesteryears for Damikos Anderson. And that is it.
It's over.
Roxy Graves in 2 days finds 2 big defenses. And a lot more offense variety shown by Roxy in recent times. She won this title with an armbar. It was the signal loss that took down Reed on Tuesday. And the villain lock takes out Vana.
Are we gonna get a verdict on if we're getting a night 2?
We don't know quite yet. I want to see how far we get in the next half hour. If there is more than 5 matches, if there's 5 or more matches, we will have a night 2. If we manage to get down there, there will not be. We'll just probably one night. But if you need to go to bed because you're tired, you're good.
Nah, I'm in it for the long haul. By the way, just gonna put this here for my roll plan.
Roxy Graves remains. Wait, why did you put this there? I just saw
For
this.
the Luchador I'm
Oh,
playing.
perfect. Perfect. I need to make a graphic for that at some point.
Make it like a pencil signing a contract. If you can.
That could be a fun way to do it. Just like show a contract being signed. Hello, who's joining? It is a luchador. I think in development.
I'm a Luchador in development, yes. I got a concept, I got a name, I just gotta put pen to paper and actually make them.
However, the next match up, we're going to be staying without any ropes on the ring, as we do have the men's Vanquisher Championship on the line.
I have to say, the Vanquisher matches have gotta be one of my favorite match types.
While they sometimes do end rather suddenly, they create some wars. But Elijah Fink versus Fletcher Studd is a very interesting matchup to me. Fletcher Studd is not a big man, and Elijah Fink is a
A big
brutal
man.
force.
Alright, I do have a question.
Mhm.
If you could pull one wrestler from any division besides the Vanquisher one and put them in that division, who would you pick?
Oh boy. I so for me, I'm definitely have some biases towards my own cause in this regard, because a lot more of my cause are based in MMA boxing backgrounds. Um, but for me, it is going to be Liam O'Neil being in the Vanquisher division, or Hu Yamashita.
I mean, after Liam's performance tonight, I can see it.
Those two in particular have a very brawly mindset, or in the case of Liam, or a very like submission based technical offense in the case of Yamashita. I also think Hannah
I
Mortis
act,
would be a very fun one in the Vanquisher division.
I actually have an unorthodox answer, and I already know Gab's gonna throw out some snide comments, but I think Howard would be a very interesting competitor in the Vanquisher division.
I think it'd be hard for many people to compete with him on the size front, but he has shown some weaknesses to submissions in the past. So I'd be very curious to see how that would work out.
Either Howard for his immovable objectness, or Cameron for his unstoppable forceness.
However, there is some promos here from Elijah actually as he approaches the ring for this matchup. Elijah's walking through the corridors towards the arena's stage. A camera following him. He nods to himself in a way that suggests a conversation with something unseen around him before he looks into the camera and licks his lip with a grin. Hey, pretty boy, you watching? I hope you've enjoyed your time fighting Anthony, because you've got need blood coming, new blood coming for your belt. Tonight ain't your time, flyboy, but you will be flying around this ring, and I'm gonna be enjoying it. He gives a final look to the camera before stepping onto the stage and grins with a wink. It's time for monsters to play, boys.
Mom, I'm scared.
They just want to play. Don't you feel safe and secure?
No! No!
Fair enough. Now, Fletcher Studd had a very long war with Anthony Vincente of Brazil's Chaos for this Vanquisher title. But between Blade, Studd, and Anthony, no one else has touched this belt in a long, long time.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Men's Martial Arts Championship.
Now, do you think Fletcher Studd's experience in these championship matches is going to be an advantage for him? Fink hasn't been in a title match in a long time.
Timothy, do me a favor and look at the man that the Flyboy is about to face. I don't think that Fletcher Studd is making it out alive.
I gotta have some hope for Studd just because this man, as a Vanquisher champion, horrifies me. But that's me. It's very similar to the Lucius Graves Alex Nitro situation. For the sake of us, I hope he loses.
Let's be honest with him, he's not going to lose. More than likely.
Either that or the
I mean,
Flyboy's
one
gonna pull
person-
something wild out.
I mean, one person is coming out to the ring all serious and talking about monsters, and one person is showing up for the crowd. Fletcher Studd's about to be in a fight for his life, yet he's still trying to cause unfaithful women.
It is his modus operandi.
Still, you gotta think he has to know when to have his priority.
I don't think other people's priorities concern him that much.
No, like his own priorities, like not getting his head ripped off. That should be a very high priority, in my opinion.
As fair.
I mean, me personally, I like my head where it is. That's why I'm not in that ring right now.
Weighing in at 263 pounds, Elijah Peter.
Interestingly enough,
From Charleston, South Carolina, weighing in at 266 pounds, the
let Mike
Men's
go
Martial Arts Champion, Flyboy Fletcher Studd.
Fletcher Studd actually competed with Blade and was someone who defeated Blade. He has some experience with the more, shall we say, out there competitors here in TCWC. And I wonder if someone with a little bit more going on in his head, like Lance Cage, may have been a harder opponent.
There's Blade. And then there's whatever the hell's going on with Elijah.
Fletcher off to an early start, though.
Oh, well, he was. Well, okay, it's going back and forth here. Knee to the face.
That's an interesting form of offense, Stud. However, definite size advantage in this case in favor of Fink, which I think is no surprise.
No, not at all.
It's Maggles of Sean's variety. What's Maggles? What's Maggles?
Maggles is Maggles. It's Maggles of fun.
Stud was trying to get some momentum in his corner, but a big clothesline from Fink takes him down. And now Elijah got that little accordion rack locked in, but relatively quickly broken up. Stud unable to find any consistent offense here thus far. And there's already blood on the face of the Flyboy, and we just got started.
I doubt he's gonna like that. Neither will all the women.
Depends on the woman, I'd imagine.
Yeah, he was freaky stuff nowadays.
However, nice little takedown here from Stud. Elijah followed him out, and that might have been what Fletcher was trying to have happen. If he can take advantage of the overreactiveness of Elijah, he could get a lot of momentum here. As Patrick would say, who are you people?
You haven't said it for me.
Shades of the price of
Wumbo.
Fink, though, got the man up into a bear hug.
Come on, Fletcher. Set into Wumbo mode.
And now lining up.
He's going
Flyboy
Wumbo.
Facebuster does
Yay!
land.
He's going Wumbo style.
This could end relatively quickly if Elijah cannot get momentum back. That's a lot of damage here, but he does find a much-needed counter. However, Fink a little bit indecisive on how he wants to continue at the moment, but does actually get him up for a nice Piper's Pit Samoan drop. And not wasting any time. However, nice counter found by Stud, and DDT takes him down. Fletcher Stud fighting back for the moment. And not able to find that kick, though. Setting up for that Flyboy Facebuster, but it is denied. And now being twisted back around. Boston Crab locked in, but Stud manages to maneuver his way out by gaining a good grip on the legs of Fink and denying it being re-locked in relatively quickly. Good maneuvers here by Fletcher to stay alive in this match.
I am pleasantly surprised by the Flyboy's resilience. Never mind, I should just be quiet.
I mean, regardless of whether or not he's getting countered, he has shown a lot of resiliency here. Fighting through a lot of offense and finding the counters when he needs to. He has taken a lot of offense, but then again, so has Fink.
Fink is Fink. I don't even know if he's human or not.
I try and verify the people here are at least from this plane of existence.
I mean, that's not exactly the vote of confidence you think it is.
I'm relatively confident that they're from here. However, nice little side slam by Fink. However, if you mean human in mental state, I can't really argue there.
Both. I mean, if reality warpers are a possibility, I feel like we're already fucked.
They're still trying to bring this one back into the ring and getting a nice series of punches onto Elijah. And Fink, this could be it for him if he cannot fight his way out here. He's whipped around, but it is not enough. Referee has not called this. That is the second facebuster to land. And there is blood on his face as well. The same camel clutch / recording rack, whatever the term you prefer, locked in, but not
and he
enough
lets
to make
him
a tap.
go.
And this time, it is enough. What your stud will not be denied.
I am pleasantly surprised.
There has only been one trading of titles here so far tonight, and that was in the opener between Talia and Hannah Mortis. Every other title has been successfully defended, other than the Revolution, which I just expect to not be defended successfully at this point.
Oh, there's been one other change of titles.
Here is your winner.
Besides the opener.
It was the Revolution. Nothing else has changed.
Martial Arts Champion, Flyboy.
Revolution and
Capital?
Revolution and Capital.
Yeah, Revolution and Capital.
I just expect the Revolution to change hands, so I mentally kind of went by it. But Stud, proving he's got the chops back.
Yeah, I'm very impressed by that.
However, I'll be going to update champion news here. This could be just a moment. Next match coming is going to be the Women's Ascendant Championship match. Now, neither one of these women had much to say before this one. I'm not overly surprised. Nguyen's had to deal with some accusations of potentially making an alliance with Lee, which she has done her best to get distance from. And Marcella Jade, not one for words at the best of times that much, other than to say that your dreams are going to be turned into Jade. But we will have to see who can walk out as the Women's Ascendant Champion. So, Mr. Long, who do you favor the experience of Jade or the energy of Nguyen?
In a match like the Ascendant matches, I have to give a bit of credit to energy over experience here. Because being able to fly around the ring, that can be very, very helpful.
Now, as a reminder for those who do not know, Ascendant matches are best of 3 falls. So I suddenly feel the need to verify that I set up this match correctly.
Amazon, the energy, it allows her to just not stay down.
Women's Heritage Championship.
Welcome to the generation of Jade.
I think this is going to be a dangerous, yes, I believe to speak properly, dangerous match for Francine Nguyen. Purely because Francine might gas herself out, having dealt with people closer to her own size in Casey and Danny. And Marcella might not be that much taller, but Jade is a tank of muscle. I believe personally that if Jade can get the match slowed down at all, Francine stands almost no chance of retaining this Ascendant Championship.
Ascendant matches aren't really known to be slow though, especially with a 2 out of 3 falls stipulation.
They've been ending relatively quickly after the first fall as of recently. But back in the last season, a lot of them were fairly long matches that ended up with more mobile people getting a little bit gassed out. Until that was Danny Fonseca started finding creative ways to defend the title. Depends on what the favor is at the moment, Blitz. However, I am not here to downplay Nguyen's achievement. She took down Fonseca, who was a champion for 6 months, nearly. Successfully defeated Casey Lee after a surprise cash-in, and then defeated Danny Fonseca relatively quickly afterwards on the following week of TCWC. Yes, I can, friends. This is a very different fight than the one she's had in the past. And I think this will be one of the greatest sets she's going to have had as a champion. Now, in her favor, Nguyen cannot get falls via submission.
From Detroit, Michigan, Marcella Jade!
And Jade is not necessarily a submission specialist, but known to favor.
From Minneapolis, Minnesota, the Women's Heritage Champion.
I will be right back.
Francine Nguyen!
Don't mind me. Nice. nice kick to start things off from Nguyen. Follows it up very quickly with a nice little poison rana. And now trying to find more, but Marcella fighting back up to her fate. Jade immediately playing with the ref's ability to count to 5, going after a little bit of a chokehold on the ground, and now getting a nice combination of strikes. Some boxing experience on the part of Jade, and now again with a bit of a choke with the leg there, but Nguyen actually managed to fight back some level of control. And now Francine calling Marcella back up to her feet, and Marcy might be in dire straits here. Just eats a thrust kick into a little bit of a rolling senton. Knee strike misses, and the high-flying Nguyen may come to regret her decision. However, nice little takedown, and immediately turns it into a ring breaker, but it gets broken out of relatively quickly. Nice hip check into that elbow drop. Jade finding a big stomp onto the arm, and now calling her back up just so she can grab her, and getting her set up for a nice Falcon Arrow. And she's not wasting any time. Immediately telling her to get back up to her feet. Got her off the ropes and finds a nice little side slam. Continue looking for more offense now on the grounded Francine. Good combination of strikes, parting ways with that slap. And now off the ropes goes Jade. Nice little neck breaker. Francine finding her way out with that jawbreaker, but gets reversed on this Irish whip. The dropkick is evaded, and now it is going to be the turn of Francine, finding a very nice standing moonsault. We have got a 1, we've got a 2, no 3 is going to be had, no first fall. Nguyen whipped off of the ropes, and nice Hurricane Rana. Nice little back elbow. And now being dragged back up to her feet. Nguyen continuing the offense and whips her around for a nice dropkick, continuing to target the arm of Jade. And now up from the top rope. Cannot find that 450 splash, and taken down with a dropkick. Jade dragging her back up to her feet, getting her whipped around, trying to get the air out of her lungs now. Legs trapping out, trying to push out the oxygen as the sleeper hold is in. But the dreams of a victory have not yet faded for Francine. Nguyen, though, gets caught and sent off the ropes. Does Jade have a mind? Nice! Jade! Hammer has landed. There's 2. First fall goes to Jade. 1 fall in favor of the challenger. 0 falls currently in favor of the champion. And a nice little Hurricane found by Nguyen, but she cannot find anything more. Jawbreaker from Marcella, and now going after the back of Nguyen before whipping her. No, instead whipped into the ring post after the reversal on that Irish whip. However, trading back and forth on these reversals, Jade smartly re-enters the ring before yelling taunts outside to Nguyen. The much younger Francine looking very dazed at this point. Marcella goes back out to reset the count and finds a nice boot just beneath the jaw of Francine. And the champion needs to start finding a resurgence soon, or this is going to get very far away from her. She's trying to begin that bit of a comeback. Got a good combination of elbows to the gut and baits her into a little bit more offense before finding a Frankensteiner into a good set of punches. Jade is now the one down on the outside, being pulled back up to her feet by Nguyen. And Francine up over the top finds a nice crossbody. Fighting her way back up to her feet, but cannot find what she was looking for. Nice hurricanrana found by Nguyen. And now the champion still not heading into the ring. Up from the top now, though, is pulling her up to her feet yet again. Very nice hurricanrana. Heated elbows now to the gut of Nguyen. Francine taking a little bit too much time to make her comeback, and Jade recovers, finds a nice elbow to the throat of Nguyen, and now, no, reversal on the Irish whip. Momentum back in favor of the champion. Back into the ring we go. Getting her back set up for this D-winger. Getting her pulled upright. Needs to find a way to stand up to break out. Is she going to tap out here? She is not. But Nguyen does let the hold go, knowing that it cannot get her a fall. However, lining up for a nice moonsault. We have got a 1, we've got a 2, but no first fall for Nguyen. It is still 1 fall in favor of the challenger in Jade, and no falls in favor of Nguyen. Try to find that backsplash, but cannot land it. And now being set up on the shoulders of Jade. Nguyen manages to break out of that situation relatively quickly. And now, Drake Fall has landed. Looking for the pin. We have got a 1, we've got a 2, and whoa, still no falls in favor of Nguyen. Drop back up to her feet. Reversal on the Irish whip now sends Francine over the ropes and then sent straight out with that shoulder tackle. Marcella has gotten back a lot of control now. A lot of momentum that Francine had has to have been lost with her inability to get a fall with that Drake fall. And now set up across the ropes. Jade is denied off the ropes herself. Nice moonsault found by Nguyen yet again. And now up to the middle rope. She is calling her back up to her feet. Nice little arm drag, but it's not going to be enough to really get her to stay down. And Jade fighting out of the hold that follows. Marcella now got her sent off the ropes. I think she's looking for another Jade hammer here. And indeed she is! I think we have a new women's Ascendant champion! But Nguyen survives. How she still has any more to give, I don't know. Two-handed choke bomb, and Francine set up on the ropes for a big boot, topples her straight out to ringside. Up from the top rope, nice little splash here. However, reversal on the Irish whip. Jade sent back into the ring yet again. Nguyen trying to get everyone hyped up behind her. Marcella tries to get in to interrupt what's happening, but Francine takes too much time. The crowd could not save her from what was coming. And now tossed out of the ring. Marcella stalking the much younger Nguyen. And now the Ascendant champion being brought up, and a big power bomb onto the apron. Francine fighting with everything she has left, finds an Irish whip to get Marcella back into the ring, but that is the third Jade hammer that has landed, and there is 1, there is 2, there is 3. Marcella Jade is your new Ascendant Champion. No matter what Nguyen did, she could not find momentum. Drakefall almost got her a fall, but it was denied. And this reign might be off to a rockier start than we were hoping for Nguyen. She will have a rematch available to her on Monday's episode of Melee.
I am sorry I missed the whole thing.
You are just fine, Mr. Long. I know duty calls. Hello, Seaside.
So Marcella won?
Marcella Jade took the pinfall 2-0.
Heritage Champion Marcella Jade.
So far this season, the Ascendant Championship matches have all gone that way. There has not been a single fall won by someone defeated this season. Seaside. And this is the second time Marcella Jade has won this belt. We're going to sit on this theme for a little bit just because this is the last game this theme will be in for the foreseeable future while I update champion news.
At the rate of these matches, I feel like we may need to do a night 2.
Is very, very possible. Where are we at? We have got 1,
Victor
2,
York.
3, 4, 5, and 6 matches left. I think you are right. I just don't know when night 2 of Blockade will be able to occur, as AAW will be doing stuff on Saturday and Sunday, I believe both days. And we'll have ACW tomorrow. But I do believe you're going to be right that we will have to move into a day 2. We do only have 6 matches left on the card, but I work tomorrow. But I wish you guys a wonderful night, and thank you for joining me, Mr. Long.
Absolutely, and I'd be happy to come back for night 2.
I'll keep you posted on when it will occur. It's going to be a little bit.
Roger that.
6 matches left is diabolical. 5-hour stream. It
Has it been 5 hours?
it would. I mean, potentially with what was left, it could have easily, with more promos, gone into another hour and a half. It would have been 5 after that. It's been 3.5. But yeah, that one could have taken a little bit longer because one of those is a tag match. I'll be completely honest. If there wasn't this tag match between Carnival and the Vigilantes, I would probably plow through it. That tag match could take a half hour.
One out of all of them.
I don't got a half-hour match in me right now.
That's the scariest one out of all of the remaining matches.
6 more will get you close to 5 hours. Yeah, you definitely get close. Most of my matches are closer to the 10-minute side of things, which is, I mean, okay, yeah, that is, yeah. So, closer to 10 minutes, that's 4.5. That's close to 5. I'm just coping. I'm just coping. Don't worry about it. Oh. But thank you guys all for being here. I appreciate you guys all stopping in. Seaside, Blitz, Gab. Thank you for again being here. Toadstool, as you're now known.
It was a pleasure.
But
And everyone have a good night. Be safe, make good choices, stay in drugs, don't do school.
thank you, Kurt Outlaw, for this wonderful take on how to be wonderful at math.
Be gay, do crime. I don't think I'm missing anything else.
Don't do anything too crazy, lads. I'll catch you in the next one. Have a wonderful
Bye.
night.